when people are actually going to use memory techniques, they are scared to use them because it's a completely new way of learning information. And it's a mistake to let the fear of using memory techniques and failing stop you from actually using them. And so if you're learning Colorado law, if you're like a lawyer or something, you have all these different laws you might have to remember. And of course, if you go into like each specific law, you have all this information you need to know, right? And so it seems very daunting when you're like, oh wow, I have to learn all of this and I'm going to use something called memory techniques. What if I use them, but then I forget something and then guess what? I have to relearn it again. You know what? That might happen. You might use memory techniques and completely fail and forget everything you try to learn with memory techniques. But guess what? That's okay because in order to improve, you have to fail, right? And so being scared to use memory techniques is not a good excuse for not using memory techniques, It's a big mistake. Yes, you try to practice with all the different videos and concepts I talked about with memory techniques. You want to practice them on dummy information, like cards or if it's actual like mock information. So say you have to learn Colorado law, go to a different state and learn some of those laws and apply memory techniques to see what works and what doesn't. Because if you mess up on that, that's okay. Because you don't have to learn those laws, right? You have to learn Colorado law. And so you just want to be able to test them first, get a feel for them, and so you're less scared when you actually start using them for information you actually want to learn and remember. And so you just have to kind of get over that fear like, oh, what if I fail? Guess what? You're going to fail, okay? That's just the truth of it. You're going to fail, but you need to learn from what you did wrong in order to do better the next time. And so don't use being scared as an excuse to not using memory techniques. Of course, when you're using something and doing something for the very first time, it's kind of scary because you don't know how it's going to work out. But guess what? Once you start practicing it and using it here and there and you get more familiar with it, it becomes kind of second nature, right? You're so comfortable using now and you're like, you know what? Why was I even scared to begin with? Yeah, I forgot some things here and there, but I fixed the problem. And so that's a mistake people like to make all the time, being scared and not using memory techniques because they are scared. And so hopefully you don't have those fears. And if you do, it's okay. The worst is going to happen. You're going to fail. You're going to forget something, whatever. But you want to fail fast, fail in the beginning so you figure out everything. And then, boom, when the test actually matters and you have a whole bunch of material to start learning, you already know what's going to work for you. Went to the last minute, like, hey, 2 days I have this test. Let me see if these memory techniques work. It's going to end pretty badly for you. So don't do that, all right? So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.